the machine.
The Relentless Energy Drink Freeze Festival is back, and it's back in a big way. Now in its 5th year, Freeze is the UK's biggest Après Ski Party and has grown into one of the biggest festivals of its kind in Europe.
It's great to have a skiing event in the big city, and a lot of people get to come and watch what we do that wouldn't normally get to come to the mountains, so it's pretty cool.
London's iconic Battersea Power Station is the backdrop to a 100-foot high ramp where the world's best skiers and snowboarders battle it out in front of a 15,000-strong crowd, all eager to see more tricks than you can shake a stick at.
It's really cool to have this jump in this amazing city, and then this crowd that always shows up. It's like a full-on snowboard crowd, you know, and it's like, where did they come from? It's a unique event in a cool environment.
This year, we'll see action from the International Big Air Ski Contest, where riders like 2011 winner New Zealand's Yossi Wells will go head-to-head against some of the best talent in the world, including Henrik Harlow from Sweden and the USA's Gus Kenworthy.
It's a very cool comp. You can see, like, from the top, you can see all the cool buildings over in London, so it's a little special and it's nice.
We'll also have the best of the action from the Freeze Snowboard Big Air competition, where former winner Slovakian Marko Grilk takes on Tor Lundström and Maxence Parot. The Freeze isn't just about snow sports. This is the first Après Ski Party of the winter season, and amongst the Alpine flavoured festival site, there's live music from over 50 acts, including DJ Shadow, Zane Lowe and Mark Ronson, and topping it all off, a US rap legend's Public Enemy. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Relentless Energy Drink Freeze Festival 2012. Competing here at Battersea Power Station are some of the world's best snowboarders. Inner city big air contests have come a long way in recent years, and for the fans, it's a rare chance to see their idols up close and personal. In Freeze's 5th year, there were some familiar faces, including rising GB star Jamie Nicholls and former winner Marko Grilk.
Freeze has been really like a roller coaster for me, because I had like a really hardcore injury the first year I came here, and then I won the next year, and I've been here like this is the 5th time in a row, and I'm really hyped this year. Hopefully goes well too.
The last few years have been amazing. Like last year was unbelievable. I just missed out on the podium. This year trying to do better.
This year the level of competition is as tough as ever.
The best person I'd have to say would be someone like Ståle Sandbeck or Marko Grilk.
I think the best person who ever dropped in this ramp is Halldor Helgason. He's doing tricks what no one did like before.
All 16 dudes, anybody. It can be anybody's day, you know, like, because if you have a bit of wind involved too, it's like anybody who gets this trick down is gonna do well, and everybody's got the trick to win.
Everyone's kind of a big threat, you know, like everyone's really good at snowboarding and everyone's got the chance to win.
With 20 riders in the competition and only 5 able to make the final, 15 people are going to be disappointed. Despite a strong performance, Jamie Nicholls was gutted not to make it through to the finals in front of a home crowd. And last year's winner Marko Grilk also failed to make it through qualifying. But the big surprise was Halldor Helgason. Many people's pre-competition favourite was unable to progress through to the final. Billy Morgan, however, was in fine form, making sure that GB has a representative in the final for 2012. Also qualifying for the final was Norwegian sensation Tor Lundström, Canadian Maxence Parot, despite falling in one of his runs, Italian Marco Rigis, and Frenchman Victor Delarue. Right, qualification over, it's now time for the final. Each boarder gets 3 jumps. The first round is for style, where they'll be judged on the aesthetics of the trick. The second jump is judged on its technicality, so the execution has to be perfect. And for the third and final jump, the riders can improve one of their 2 previous scores. The 2 highest runs are added together to make 1 overall score, and the rider with the highest score wins. The stage is set. 500 tons of real snow have been pumped onto the man-made slope, and we're ready for the first Freeze Snowboard Invitational. First to face the ramp is Maxence Parot.
Dropping in! Max! Oh, Max! Double! Oh my God! Oh, right in the face. Max Parot has just got better and better and better every single round. There we go, 3. One upside down. 7. Another cork. 10, 12, double cork. What was it? It was bolts. So sick. It was clean as a whistle and sharp as
That 87 gives him an overall score of 138. Marco Grigis is next to set up.
Marco needs to land this to have any chance of getting on.
Style and big air are his trademarks.
Dropping in. London, I love you. Marco, kill it. Please land it. Marco, yes. Double. Yes. Just the one hand down. Even if there's a little hand drag, it's not that important. Everyone's so tense here right now.
Marco scored 79 for that run, but his overall score is 153 as he rockets into first place. Tor Lundström is next. He'll have a tough time matching Marco's previous jump, but anything's possible here at Freeze.
Make some noise! Just land it clean! That's all we want! Tor! Yes! Yes!
A great jump from Lundström, but will it be enough? It's now in the hands of the judges.
The circle, super clean. Here we go. 3, 7, 9, 10. Boom.
Solid, massive. Halfway down the landing.
Look at the slash, look at the slash. Have some of that, cameraman.
He gets an 83, giving him an overall score of 147. This puts him in second place.
He's safe in that tech bracket now.
Next, it's Victor Delarue. On his previous 2 runs, he failed twice, so he needs to redeem himself and show the crowd what he's made of.
Oh!
It's a great jump, and he's proved he has the talent. He just didn't bring it today. Victor finishes the competition with an overall score of 108. The last rider down is Billy Morgan, who has been dominating the competition all day. With 2 big jumps already, he needs 1 more good jump, and he could become the first British winner in the International Big Air Invitational here at Freeze.
Yes! Yes! Billy Morgan! Slashing the ground!
It was a little bit of a swipe, as Sean just said. We get to check it out once again. It's a big, big maneuver, though.
Huge! Huge!
It was just the hands, just the hands.
But it's massive tech.
He needs at least a score of 82 to bring this home.
So much is down.
And he's done it. 84 points and a combined total of 155, and the championship is his.
Putting the pressure on! Billy Morgan!
The Freeze Snowboard Big Air competition is done and dusted, and what an incredible result for the home crowd. Here's the final standings. Taking third, it's Tor Lundström.
Taking third place, Tor Lundström!
In second place, it's Italy's Marco Grigis.
Marco Grigis!
But taking the win with that huge 1080, it's Great Britain rider Billy Morgan, who becomes the first ever British winner of the Freeze Snowboard Big Air competition.
I'm stoked, Az. Thank you very much, everyone, for all the support. You've been awesome.
Festival is now celebrating its 5th year as one of Europe's biggest snow and music festivals, and over the years has attracted some of the biggest names in music. The site boasts several stages where over 300 live acts have played. Back in 2008, the very first festival opened its door to an expectant public. Taking centre stage were legendary US hip-hop act Cypress Hill, who rocked London with a greatest hits setlist.
Are you feeling crazy right now?
They were joined by Brit rockers The Enemy at the height of their fame following their highly successful first 2 albums, We'll Live and Die in These Towns and Music for the People. Kentucky's finest, Cage the Elephant, also hit the stage, making Freeze one of their first major UK festivals following the release of their debut self-titled album.
And they said people can't fly.
In 2009, things got bigger and better. Pendulum, Eagles of Death Metal, Friendly Fires and Example kept thousands of Freeze fans partying throughout the night, whilst Chase and Status, along with Plan B, played what would be one of the Freeze highlights of the year. Topping off 2009 were one of the greatest dance acts ever to come out of the UK, Orbital. In 2010, the pressure was on, so Freeze called in the big guns. Mark Ronson, complete with full live band, banged out all the hits, whilst Calvin Harris and Mercury Music prize winner Ronnie Size hit the decks.
It kind of reminded me of being something like Val d'Isère, you know, where they hit the slopes and then they come to the clubs afterwards and then they get down to the DJs.
2011, and it was two lads from Brighton who rocked the main stage. Grizzle Kicks belted out their debut album.
That ramp is scary.
I know, mate. Wow. Anyway, imagine sliding that out on your bum.
Whilst Groove Armada presented the experimental Red Light.
As a snowboarder myself, I've seen things today which I find hard to believe.
Everything sang a lot of words in a short space of time, like they do, and the whole thing was topped off by The Streets, honouring Freeze with their last ever festival performance. And back to the modern day, 2012 saw Mark Ronson and Zane Lowe back at Freeze and banging out some of their best tracks.
You think about Battersea Power Station as being this kind of crazy, unused, derelict art piece, which is what it is, one of the most amazing buildings in the country. And then you have me playing records. Very unique environment.
US legends, Public Enemy finished things off in style.
People ask if I get nervous after 25 years and thousands of performances. And the answer is, playing in front of thousands of people is only scary if I don't know the song. I get terrified, and not knowing a song is probably a good reason to be scared.
That's your lot for part one, but don't go anywhere, as coming up in part two, we have all the action from the Freeze Ski Big Air competition. See you after the break. Years, Freeze has been bringing the biggest names in freestyle skiing and snowboarding to the heart of London, and there's been some incredible moments along the way. 2008's inaugural competition was a lesson in Scandinavian domination. The snowboarding saw Finland's P2 Pirinen see off some stiff competition to take the first ever Freeze Snowboard Big Air title. In the skiing competition, Norway's PK Hunde wowed the crowd with a series of stunning tricks, taking home the title and a check for $10,000. Not bad back in those days. A year later, and Freeze 2009 was all about the battle of the skiers. Jakob Wester and Andreas Heidtveit threw down, but it was the duel between the US's Bobby Brown and Australia's Russ Henshaw that really caught the imagination. The fanatical London crowd witnessed a battle royale, and it was Henshaw who eventually won out and saw his name added to the Freeze winners board. After the battle of 2009, Freeze 2010 had a hard act to follow, but the London crowd were never in any danger of being disappointed. Having come fourth the year before, Jakob Wester went out all guns blazing and secured the top spot with some scintillating style and lethal execution. Not to be outdone, Slovakia's Marko Grilk graced Freeze with a series of stunning runs, which earned him top spot in the snowboard competition. In 2011, London was conquered by a man from the other side of the world. Yossi Wells brought his skis all the way from New Zealand to show the Europeans how it's done. But it was in the snowboard comp and the incredible performance of Britain's own Mr. Jamie Nichols which really got the place rocking. Although he could only manage fourth place, losing out to Yanni Korpi, Seppi Smits and Joris Oerkerk, the poster boy showed that freestyle is alive and well here in the UK. Over to you, 2012. It's now time to turn our attention to the Freeze Ski Big Air competition, where 20 international skiers will be battling it out for the biggest and most spectacular trick at Battersea Power Station. Some of the skiers already have experience competing and winning at this man-made mountain in the heart of London.
Last year I won the event, which was pretty cool. I was definitely really stoked. It was cool to come out to London and check it all out, the scene here, and walk away with a win. It was really rad, so it's definitely excited to come back this year and try again.
I was back 2 years ago in 2010, and I got third, so it was nice.
Every freeze I've been to, I made it to the finals. So best result was fourth, I think. Never made it on the podium, but we'll see how it goes tonight. Competition with a couple of good guys. I mean, obviously Gus Kenworthy, Josie Wells, Kai Mahler. Everybody could win.
I'm definitely excited to watch Henrik Harlau in the finals tonight. I'm hoping that I don't have to go up head-to-head against him because he's absolutely killing it.
Hopefully get podium if I'm lucky, and I'd be stoked to do it.
The 20 skiers are gathered at the top of the ramp, but only 5 will get the chance to go for glory in the final. Before we bring you that, here's how they got there. There were 3 big upsets in the early rounds of qualifying. Despite a solid performance, last year's winner Josie Wells from New Zealand was unable to defend his title and missed out on a spot in the top 5. One of the biggest disappointments was GB's Paddy Graham. He would have loved to have done better in front of his home crowd, but despite his fall, he's still lapping up the attention. Next up was Benny Meyer, who had qualified for the final every year since 2008. Despite a tidy cork 7, he doesn't make it through and will have to wait until next year for that elusive podium. One man who definitely hasn't disappointed is Henrik Harlau. He has dominated qualifying and will head to the finals as clear favourite. Joining Henrik in the final will be Gus Kenworthy, an up-and-coming young American skier who has topped the world leaderboards recently. Kai Mahler from Switzerland, who at 16 is the youngest rider in the final. Mikael Jorenstad from Norway, who will be looking to surprise with his big rotations. And Vincent Garnier from Canada, who has nailed stylish tricks all day and is more than capable of making the podium. It's finals time, and this is how it works. Just like the borders, each skier gets 3 jumps. The first round is for style, where they'll be judged on the originality and look of the trick. The second jump is judged on its technicality, so the landing has to be clean and smooth. For the third and final jump, the riders can improve one of their 2 previous scores. The 2 highest runs are added together, making one complete and overall score. and the rider with the highest score wins. First rider out in the final is Vincent Garnier.
Guys, up there standing, big prize money.
So this is the style trick, and indeed it was.
Exactly as you like.
Oh! Sharples gets taken down.
Despite taking out the MC, Vincent gets an 85, making his overall total 114.
First takedown of the weekend. That was a heavy hit as well. Please be on camera, please be on camera. Sharples down. Yes, yes.
Next to drop in is the highly rated youngster from Switzerland, Kai Mahler.
16 years of age and already one of the world's best big air specialists. Oh! Exactly! How clean did I say that?
Kai scores 87 and goes into the lead with an overall score of 148.
Look at that. All the way around.
Up next is Gus Kenworthy. He scored highly in the previous rounds, so he has a great chance to take the overall lead.
540 with a big old grab all the way through.
Check out the switch. Caught by 40. Oh!
And Gus scores 87, exactly the same as Kai, but thanks to a higher overall score of 174, he's now out in front. With just 2 riders remaining, all he can do is wait and see if that's enough to keep him in first place. The 4th skier is Mikael Jurenstad. He's currently lying in 5th position, but a place on the podium isn't out of the question.
Okay. Mikael Jurenstad is coming in, still a place on the podium up for grabs. That could be it! Yes, Mikael, under pressure, comes up with the goods. That is insane. Big, big hit, huge amplitude, solid grab. Let's see it again. Coming in. Regular turns once, twice, that grab all the way through, double grab, 3 rotations.
You know what, Matt?
It's an 83 for Mikael, giving him an overall score of 135. Not bad and good enough for 3rd spot as things stand, but there's one man who might have something to say about that. It's time for the favourite, Henrik Harlow. He's been dominating the skiing competition, but after bailing on the previous round, he'll have to produce something special if he's to fulfill his immense promise.
He's doing a trick that no one else is doing. He's actually nose buttering off the takeoff, so he's spinning around on his noses 180 before he goes off the end of the jump. And no one else is doing that, and we're all just standing at the top just like, all right, I guess we're trying to come second now.
Henrik probably might win tonight if he actually is going to do his trick. If he does it, he's going to win.
It definitely, once you see someone do something, then it just sparks something else in your mind.
It's a very riskful trick, and I'm the only one that can do it at the moment, so that's why it's awarding. And it's pretty scary for myself too, but I like it.
The crowd waits anxiously. They know if he lands it cleanly, he will become the new champion. He does it. He lands the nose butter with style. That will surely be enough to convince the judges.
Absolutely rightly so. The nose butter double 10. That out of 12, it is tough to beat. Any other athlete is literally going to have to do something.
The judges give Henrik a score of 88 and an overall total of 178.33. He's beaten Gus Kenworthy by only 4 points, but points don't matter anymore.
We have a new leader, Henrik Harlow, out in front!
So here are the final standings. The young Kai Mahler from Switzerland takes 3rd place. Gus Kenworthy from the US is just beaten into 2nd, but the man of the moment and taking 1st prize is Henrik Harlow.
And then after first round of style, I fell, so I was like, oh, first time I fall in a while, but I just did my best, the best I could, and had a lot of fun, and it was sick. Everybody killed it super hard.
That brings us to the end, but we'll be back next year for more snow and music action. Until then, here's some of the best bits from the Relentless Energy Drink Freeze Festival 2012.